guys, it's Georgia and Aaron. Today we are here to film a Q&A for all that we've watched really up to, but mainly for season 2 I guess. Thank you so much for all your questions that you gave to us, because we've got quite a lot. Some of you said the same questions, so they'll get answered, but I think I got everybody's question. So I did go through all the comments, so your question should be answered. And if it isn't, just leave it on the next video and I'll just answer it there. So yeah, let's just get into these juicy questions. First question from Just James. He asks, do you hold Angel accountable for the actions of Angelus? That's a lot of A's in that question. No.
Yeah, no. Just no, because...
Just no. It's not even like it's the same person just with something taken away from them, which is what it's meant to be. It kind of is just like he's literally a different person who became a sadist.
It's like having twins and then one of them kills someone and you blame the other one for it. You just can't do it. It's just...
But he literally became it's not like he just was killing as a vampire. He became like a sadist to like, he wanted to torture Buffy and...
Yeah, it was so much worse than just...
All his love for her was just gone. It was just... like, yeah.
The amount of love he had for her, he then had hate for her.
Yeah.
So...
a switcheroo.
He's a different person in the same body.
Yeah,
that's how I see it. So.
No.
Yeah.
And now I know that he's living life in hell with all of his memories. That's good to know. I was so sad when some of you guys told me that in the comments. I was like, no, I wish I didn't know that. But
question number 2.
Gerald says, shout out to Gerald. He always comments on my videos and watches my last first videos. Love you, Gerald. Who is better, Spike's English accent or Angel's Irish one? I kind of liked Angel's Irish one, even if it was very short-lived.
I think it was probably...
Why was he Irish?
I have no idea. I think it was quite a typical, like a stereotypical Irish accent.
I think it was very realistic though. It was very subtle to the point we didn't even know. You were like, is he being Irish? But in a good way.
Yeah, it wasn't leprechauns and rainbows.
I think maybe once I heard his American come in, but...
Spike's English accent is good, except it's very uncommon now. We don't have Cockney people like talking like that anymore here in London, so...
yeah.
Like, there are a few, I'm
but
sure,
maybe for
but
the
not
time,
like that.
It was good.
Which I guess he is a vampire, and he's probably just held on to his accent from when he turned.
But Angel didn't. Angel was Irish, now he's American.
Angel just... but whose is better? I would need to hear more of Angels to be able to decide. Yeah. But probably Angels anyway.
Yeah. But I do like... Oh, that's a hard question.
I like Spike's because it really suits his character.
Tasman Sims asks, are you surprised sometimes when you guys watch an episode and then the comment section gives their opinion on it? Do you think as a fan base, the Buffy fan base may be a bit hypocritical? I was going to say no, because if anything, they're the opposite of that. Because it's rare that they're hypocritical of the show. I think the fan base can be hypocritical. Well, you guys can be hypocritical of how we react. So I would say, but you're very defensive of the show. There are some episodes where you're like, oh, I don't like that episode because it's kind of like a filler episode, but which is fair enough. But I think fans can be a lot more hypocritical than the Buffy fan base.
Even when they say that I don't like that one, that it's as much as others. It's not that I hate that episode. It's not what the fans ever say. It's I just don't like it compared to the best. It's not like they're saying that episode was just shit.
Because the show is good and it rarely is like they haven't had a bad episode. It's just episodes that I'm just a bit like, I don't know what the point of it is, but...
There are pointless episodes. Yeah. But you are like... From TV sense of things, you're signed on for a certain amount of episodes per season. So they do have to have filler episodes.
But they make it still good. They make it character development, and they still
always does sort of carry on. Even some of the filler episodes, and Angela just walk in. It's smart.
But do you think they're hypocritical of the show?
Hypocritical of the show, no.
I think that's what you mean of the show. Yeah, I would say not of the show, but maybe of... Because in other TV shows, I've been in fandoms of... and part of the fan bases of, they're so much more hypocritical than... Like, you have, like, 100,000 fans just drop out because of one episode.
Yeah, Buffy really isn't a toxic community.
No. It's been Very, very chill. Christian asks, what do you think about Joyce finding out about Buffy? Wasn't it the perfect metaphor for someone coming out? I was so annoyed that I edited out the part where basically after Joyce says, have you tried not being the Slayer? Aaron goes, is this meant to be like coming out? Like, and I just edited it out because I didn't think it was relevant. But so many of you guys were like, oh, like, this was meant to be a metaphor for that, and I was like, damn it, because we're usually quite good with, like, catching things that not many other people catch, so I was like, damn it, there could have been another one, but it's fine. Also, I wasn't expecting Joyce to find out about Buffy in this finale. It was very, like, whoa, I didn't, when it happened, there was so much going on, I was like, I didn't expect this as well.
I didn't know it was going to happen, I assumed it was going to happen at some point. It annoyed me that Buffy hadn't just told her. Like, it would have been so much easier if Buffy had just told her.
But look how she reacted.
Well, she'd always
have been homeless from 15 or whatever.
She'd react like that anyway. The younger Buffy was, the less chance Joyce was going to kick her out.
I think she kicked her out because of the way she pushed her against the counter. She was like, you're not going, and she was like, yes I am, pushed, and she was like, in the moment like, wow, I've got a troublesome kid. But you know, like you say, she doesn't do, this is going to turn into like a Joyce debate, but she complains to Buffy when Buffy gets into trouble, but she doesn't actively help Buffy or support her. She kind of just is like, okay, tell her off, and then that's it. Let her do her own thing. Like,
it's the exact same as the head teacher, thinking about it. The head teacher's always like, oh, you're just such a pain, can't wait for you to go, be gone. But doesn't ever offer her any support or help or go, why are you a pain? It's like she forgets she has a daughter.
She is written that way purposely to show the contrast between Buffy and her mum. Because Buffy's mum's very feathery and, you know, and Buffy's the complete opposite. Yeah. She's like badass kind of character, so I think she's meant to be written like that. But anywho, that wasn't anything to do with the question. But
what was the question again?
The question was, what did you think about her finding out? And
I'm glad Joyce finally knows. We can move past that whole, and Buffy doesn't have to hide it now.
Because now she knows to not, you know, answer the door to strangers.
Yeah, you know what? It always confused me how Buffy obviously has all her equipment for zombie slaying, vampire slaying in her bedroom, and Joyce seems to me like the kind of mum, instead of asking Buffy how she is, she'd snoop around and find Buffy's diary and read it all.
I don't think she cares that much. So a few people asked these questions, so I'm just gonna like speed roll. So top 3 episodes. We went through the episodes earlier, season 2, and there were a few where I was like, I like that one, oh I like that one too, oh, when we were trying to find a favourite. I wasn't that into School Hard. I did really like Inca Mummy Girl.
Yeah. Halloween.
Really?
Halloween, where
didn't like Dark Age.
The entire planet became the Halloween costumes they were wearing.
What's My Line was really good, both of them. It's too hard.
I like Oz as the werewolf. Phases was very good.
Yeah.
It's just sad because I liked Miss Canada a lot. Go Fish, you know, it was quite a good episode, but I wouldn't put it up there in my top 5. No, in top 3.
And the finale, I guess. I really liked Becoming Part 1. I liked getting to see Angels. So let me try and choose 3.
To choose 3, we don't have to put them in order.
It's so hard. But the whole like last 30 minutes of Passion just was the best of the whole season. Like, yeah, we'll get. That's a different question. I think somebody asks best scene, so we'll get to that then. But I'm gonna say Becoming Part 1. Innocence was good though. I'm gonna say Becoming Part 1. What's My Line? Inca Mummy Girl.
Okay, I think mine are Halloween, Phases. I can't wait for Oz to come back as a werewolf. Honestly, I can't wait for him to come back and absolutely destroy.
He chains himself up every 4 minutes. He's not going to come back as a werewolf.
He is coming back at some point.
When they need him.
When they need him.
Oh, look at that. It's a full moon. Let's get on.
Yeah, no, I feel like there's going to be like a war.
Like there's going to be a battle, and then they're going to be like, we need someone. We need one extra fighter. And they're going to look at the sky and be like, it's a full moon. And then it's going to zoom in on Buffy, and she's going to be like, I know someone. Or Willow. I know someone we can call.
Bewitched, Bothered and Bewildered. I thought that episode was hilarious.
That was
everyone falling in love with Xander.
Do
you remember the big dinner lady?
Yeah.
She jumps on him.
I know.
That was so
funny. Was that
funny.
One of your favourites?
Yeah, those 3 are my favourites from the season. Not because of the story necessarily, or because they're the best.
Yeah, again, you do like those separate episodes more than the story episodes.
I do. I just enjoyed them 3 the most. Like Phases with that Australian hunter as well. Another hunter.
Yeah, I mean,
I like
that we have different ones. I do like that.
Yeah.
But I was going to say about the Valentine's Day one was I find murderous teenagers more scary than like zombies or serial killers. I just do. Biggest surprise of the season.
I think Miss Calendar dying.
That was. Miss Calendar dying and Joyce finding out about Buffy.
I would say, I think if I didn't predict everything, I would say Spike joining Buffy's side for that bit. But I also kind of felt it coming.
No, that wasn't a surprise, because there were so many things that surprised us more than that. Because we called that. As much as we were like, oh my god, it's happening.
But even, I know we called it.
There were things that we were just like, what?
I know they did build up to it a fair amount, but I still think it was quite surprising that they actually did it.
Yeah, if we actually go through the things that was surprising, there were so many things. There was the fact that there was another Slayer. The fact that...
Which did make sense because Buffy died, but yeah.
Cordy and Xander got together.
Oz being
when that happened, that
werewolf.
was shocking. When Oz was a werewolf, Giles having a demon past.
Yeah. Miss Calendar dying. So much stuff.
Angel Angel losing his soul again. Like all these things, they just catch you by surprise. But the most shocking of all to me would probably be, I can't remember. I have to go back and watch my own reactions to remember how I feel. Miss Calendar dying was very shocking.
That was very shocking with the killed by death demon. The fact that they actually had a monster that would only kill small children.
Moving on, the question of least favourite episode. That was my least favourite episode, Killed by Death.
It was freaking brutal.
I just didn't like that it was all set in a hospital, basically, and I just found it... I wanted it to have different sets.
Oh, okay.
The monster was creepy.
It was quite a good monster, but it was very... was it Nightmare on Elm Street? It felt like a bit of a copy of Nightmare on Elm Street, to be honest.
What about you?
My least favourite, Reptile Boy. That was just
the only reason why that's not one of my least favourites is because I liked Xander in that one. I don't know, I liked the party part where they were all in the... Yeah.
I just hate that whole frat scene.
No, because there was that scene when Willow and Giles and Xander all burst in to save Buffy, and Giles and Xander are punching people, and then Willow was like, come on, like, we need to stop messing around, like, Buffy's downstairs.
I just didn't like the monster. I thought the whole frat boy cult thing was a bit boring.
Yeah.
I thought it just all seemed played out before and done, but what's next?
Did this season live up to your expectations?
Didn't have any expectations.
Yeah, the only expectation I had was that it was better than season 1, so yes. That was it, really.
Yeah, I honestly didn't have any.
What are your feelings on the main characters?
Buffy, go.
Definitely prefer her at the end of season 2 than I did at the beginning.
I feel Buffy's only at 70%. I don't think she's even got to her full power, her full cleverness.
Buffy, there's something about her, there's a coldness about her, which...
Yeah, and that's only been made worse by Angel now.
At the same time, I want to protect her and keep her in this... And give her, you know, so much what she deserves, because I feel like she doesn't get anything. She gets... Every day is just humour, and then she saves the world, she goes through so much shit, and then they just laugh about it afterwards.
She needs some serious therapy, that girl.
Yeah, she does. Willow, she was like my favourite character at the beginning of the show, and now she's less so, because, I don't know, like, I love Willow, but the thing that put me off of her was her reaction to Xander and Cordelia. That was something that knocked her down a little bit for me, because it's like, you can't force him to love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole she just needs to move on.
And she did. And I'm you know, liking her more now with Oz. I really like them together.
I think she got a bit more boring now since Miss Calendar died and she's doing the teaching instead of until she did that cool dark magic stuff.
Yeah,
which brought Angel Soul back. That was cool.
Xander, I love he hasn't really changed. I love when he has like serious scenes when he's like, you just want your boyfriend back. Like when he did that whole speech, I was like, damn, like that was sick.
Xander is like, there is absolutely freaking hilarious Xander when he comes out with those brilliant one-liners. There's Xander punching a vampire in the face, which is my favourite Xander. The funny Xander though is sort of, he makes those sassy remarks which actually end up helping.
Yeah.
He'll say something and then Giles will be like, oh.
Giles, I love Giles.
Giles, we always love Giles. Good old Rupert.
Cordelia, obviously,
she's only gotten better from the start. She's on a
That's another question.
Upwards course.
But who else was there? Oz. Something about Oz creeps me out. Apart from that, I like him. I like his character. I don't think he's wrong. It was only because of the way he was so chill about everything. And I thought, no, wait a minute. But then again, he was a werewolf, so that
he
explains
lives it. Yeah, he lives that.
But at first I was like, there's something wrong with you. That's how yeah.
Miss Calendar is the biggest loss so far.
Yeah.
I feel like she died way too soon in this show.
Yeah. That was why that was the biggest shock, because I thought her and Giles were going to be endgame.
I thought she'd go for at least season 5.
I thought
she'd be in for a long time. Oh, and then the frickin' head teacher, who's not the main character, but he's just always there and annoying me. Wish Buffy would just stab him in the chest with a frickin'...
I don't know what I want to happen with him. I don't know if I want him to be proved wrong or just die.
I want him to die, but I'm really interested and intrigued in this story of his now. Him knowing so much. Yeah.
Actually, I don't want him to die, because that'd just be a bit weird.
We've already had one head teacher be eaten by hyenas.
Yeah. The villains is hard to do because there's Angel and then there's Angelus.
Angelus is a much better character than Angel.
Yeah. Definitely more interesting.
Obviously, we like Angel. We like Angel and Buffy, and the relationship was nice, but Angelus was a brilliant villain. Even if he didn't actually do much in the end.
Yeah, you hate him. Like
you hate him, which means he's doing it right.
Yeah.
Got to give it to the actor on that one, really do.
Spike and Drusilla, they both make me laugh. They both make me laugh. Drusilla I never really ended up loving, but...
Spike I did. Drusilla I didn't end up loving. I think the accent...
If she'd have died, I wouldn't have been so upset. If Spike had died, I would have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spike I really hope comes back.
Drusilla, I don't know.
Drusilla I hope she does, just because her and Spike together are kind of iconic, and...
Yeah, they are iconic.
Together, they need to be together.
Maybe in a few seasons they'll both come back as like a, I don't know, a surprise. Like, the Guess Who's Back. People are still watching the show 20 years later. Do you see why, or do you need to see more? I'm going to say...
I know why.
I know why.
Damn relevant.
I want to see if this level of good content stays the whole way through to... Because usually shows go up and down and up and then down to the end, to the series finale.
Generally, they just end up going down.
But if this show stays good to the series finale, then I understand, because it's rare that a show will actually do that. And obviously the story, the messages behind the episodes, they're still relevant today, like Go Fish. So I understand, yeah. The only thing that I was like, that still confuses me a little bit, was the whole that it's very... it's in high school. It's not exactly it's not for kids, because the themes are way too dark. But when you think of it, it's kind of like a high school show, but with really dark things going on. And it surprises me that people older than us and like our parents' age still love it and watch it. And it surprises me that they love watching a high school show. Do you know what I mean? But then at the end, it's not a high school show.
If you were in high school in the 90s, I'd understand why you'd watch it.
Yeah.
Because it would probably remind you of then. We've left school, 6 years ago. So it's quite fresh for us. So watching a show about school, we're kind of like, that we can relate to that. I guess probably everyone can, though. Yeah. I guess there's some way everyone can.
That's probably why, then.
Surely, Buffy's going to be 18 next season, right?
Right, predictions for season 3. That's the next question.
Okay. Buffy's going to be 18 next season, right? I assume, or maybe the season after if it's a bit slow.
Yeah.
Is she going to be leaving school anytime soon? Is this still going to be in high school until season 9?
No, they
Can't
would have
be.
left. I reckon that one of them, Willow, will end up being a teacher there, and Giles will still be working there, so they'll still be based there. Things will still go down at Sunnydale. But that's a prediction for way in the future.
That's predictions, more like season 6.
Yeah, predictions for season 3.
I don't really have any, to be honest.
It's so difficult.
I don't think we'll see Spike and Drusilla in season 3.
I think
and if
Buffy will come back, obviously, but it won't be so much as she came back at the end of summer, like the beginning of season 2. It will come back. Maybe she will be 18. Maybe it will be a while, and they'll have different things will be going on. Maybe some relationships won't be still going on.
I don't know. I feel like Buffy will probably come back, but stay hidden. Won't have any contact with anyone, not even Giles, and probably will live in Angel's house.
Yeah.
I think she'll live in Angel's little basement.
Maybe the episode, so here's my prediction for it. Here's an idea for an episode. Pitch. It'll start with but this is how season 2 started.
Is this for the first episode? Okay.
But this is how season 2 started, so I'm not sure, but it'll be something's going down, maybe not even a vampire, some demon, and like there'll be like a ninja of the night, and it'll be Buffy, and she'll come and save the day, but then anonymously.
So how Angel did.
Yeah,
sort
but
like
and then Willow will be like, I know it's Buffy, and they'll be like, it's not Buffy, she's not coming back, and she'll be like, I know it is, that's my Buffy. Have you recommended the series to friends or family?
No, but I have recommended watching our reactions to friends and family, so...
I have. I recommended it to everybody that's asked me about the show. I recommended it to my sister the most, probably, because she would love Buffy as a character.
Yeah, because she likes strong female characters,
yeah. So, yeah.
Which, I mean, like, who doesn't love a strong female character, to be honest?
And everybody can watch it. It's not something we ever considered watching before. No diggity. A lot of people say this is the season where the show found its footing. Do you have an episode where you think, okay, this is it? I'm going to say Passion, because whenever a show kills off a massive character, that's when I'm like, oh, they went there. Like, they're not afraid to do...
It really shows that the show is just brave to do what it wants and not what they think fans will want.
Yeah, exactly. We want Miss Calendar and Giles, yeah.
But it's absolutely shocking and horrendous that they killed her off like that, and to have one of our other favourite characters, Angel, do it.
Yeah, and then Angel died. Like,
and then Angel died anyway. It was pointless. Miss Calendar dying because
they you know, this season they killed 2 favourite ships, I think, of the show. The 2 favourites.
Yeah, and now what have we got called Zandelia?
You know, 3rd favourite, but...
And was.
Yeah, sure.
Was Willow Oz, you can't even give them a good name, so
yeah.
They just don't work.
He's nice, and she's
like
I don't know why... Okay.
And his name's not even short for anything, it annoys me.
So yeah, Passion.
Passion, yeah, I think so, because it's brave. Val?
Favourite dramatic scenes and favourite funny scenes. So, favourite dramatic scenes
you remember
would be...
Any time Xander punches anyone in the face and then goes like this afterwards.
That's a funny scene.
No, it's favourite dramatic. It's just because he's so angry, and usually, like we saw him on the last 2 episodes or last 3 episodes. Xander, was it the last episode when Buffy was fighting the vampires in the graveyard and Xander was sort of hidden behind the gravestone? He's not the bravest person out there, because who would be when fighting something that will kill you and is definitely going to kill you? So when he does come out and punch one in the face, it is quite funny because it's him. But it is one of my favourite dramatic scenes.
Yeah, I guess it's dramatic. I was going to say, any scene where Xander is serious, instantly I'm like, whoa, this is serious business.
But of course, Miss Calendar dying.
Oh my god, yeah. Best dramatic scene was Giles finding her body in his bed. That was the best scene of the whole season.
You could feel his heart just filling with joy.
The music.
And horniness. And then, because that's how it was set up though, wasn't it? Angel would set it up as if she's upstairs laying on the bed like, have me. And she was actually up on the bed dead. And you just knew Giles's heart was filled with love and happiness.
Yeah. That was my favourite dramatic scene. Yeah, I'll cry if I think about it. If I watch it again.
And then she was just there dead and...
Funny scenes. Funny scenes.
There was quite a few funny scenes.
All I can think about now is Buffy calling Drusilla a big hoe. That was the best. Because your girlfriend's a big hoe.
What was that one Xander said that you quoted?
Oh yeah. But he was like, I wish you would just support me, and now I realise that you are, and I'm very embarrassed.
Yeah. Pretty much anything Xander says when he's being sassy are my favourite funny moments. And I actually
Cordelia's cracked me up. Every character has made me laugh. And that's rare in a show. For every character to be uniquely funny in their own way, that they make you
for a non-comedy show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is I'm sorry, but I laugh a lot in this show.
This show is the funniest serious thing I've ever watched.
Yeah.
Like, I'm watching Grey's Anatomy where they deliberately write it in parts to be funny, and it's just not like this.
Yeah.
Like, other shows just aren't... The Walking Dead's quite comparable, right?
Right.
An entire world where shit is going wrong constantly. This isn't to the same level, obviously, of how shit has gone, but it's just not funny.
No.
Whereas this,
it's not meant to be.
You enjoy it. But this isn't meant to be funny, but you enjoy it because in the worst times, characters like Xander will find something funny to say.
Yeah.
And you're like, people turn to humour.
I think that's why it's so watched worldwide, like by all different kinds of people that enjoy different kinds of things, because you've got the scariness, the, teen romance, you've got You've got romance and you've got the funny. So everybody can.
And going back to that question earlier about why people still watch it 20 years later, nothing said in this. A lot of shows, older shows, have some things that we wouldn't say now.
Yeah.
That we know are now wrong. But in this, they say things that we would say now.
Yeah, it's not controversial.
This show,
really.
No, the show probably was controversial though.
Oh.
It was probably like, that's a bit forward thinking.
Yeah, forward. But like watching it now,
like in a good way.
That is one of the things when we first started watching. I thought, I wonder if there's going to be lots of things that you wouldn't say now, or wouldn't do now. But it's very ahead of its time, so I think that is why. Would you react to Whedon's other shows, Firefly and Dollhouse? I don't know what either of them are about.
I don't really know what either of them are about, but not a Joss Whedon supporter, particularly. Joss, don't come for me.
I don't really know about that kind of stuff. I know that he treated the actress that plays Cordelia badly. Apparently I heard that. Didn't read it. I don't read like that kind of stuff. We're
just going to ignore that and hope Cordelia's okay, the actress. Yeah. Firefly, I have heard, is really quite good.
Yeah, lots of people asked me to react to that before this.
I've never heard of Dollhouse.
Yeah, no, neither have I.
I just
that sounds more up my street because it's kind of creepy.
That's just like season 7 of Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah.
Or whatever season it is.
Firefly, if it's aliens and it's made in the 90s, probably not.
Aliens.
But obviously, if there's like thousands of you guys that want us to watch it, then
500 years in the future, after a universal civil war, the crew of a small transport ship takes any job so long as it puts food on the table.
Oh, okay.
Is it just like real life Futurama?
Yeah, it's
but like more serious, obviously. Okay, I would be mildly intrigued by that.
Zach also says, have you enjoyed how the characters developed since the pilot? And Steve also says something similar. Which character has grown and developed the most? Obviously Cordelia.
Cordelia by far, because she's gone from the complete bitch that everyone hated to one of our favourite characters.
Yeah, we actively disliked her at the beginning.
Yeah, we really did.
And now she's like hilarious, and she still has her moments. It's like, Cordelia, please. But
it's like
there's
just less and less every episode, I think.
Yeah, and we've seen so much of her emotion and how much she cares about the group.
I think what really helped is that she's used most of her 9 lives. Like, how many times has she been captured or shot at or almost killed or something?
Season 1, God, it was like every episode.
How that girl's alive and still kicking and still taking the piss out of nerds, I don't know. I love when she calls Xander a nerd, because when we think of nerds, Xander is the furthest thing from it. Xander
because
isn't
he doesn't
quite
do
jock,
his homework. He does not look like he does his homework.
No. Willow's the nerd. We love Willow, though.
But yeah, in terms of the other characters and their development, I don't know if I've noticed it. I feel like we've been around them a bit longer to see the other parts of them come out. I don't know if it's them developing.
Obviously, Angel developed quite badly.
I'd like to see more Willow developing because I'd like to see more of Willow's character development because I didn't like how I would like to see more development from Willow because but then again,
she's sort of gone backwards a little
since being with Oz.
Like,
she has, because I didn't like how she reacted to Cordy and Xander, obviously. So
she has started to grow a little, but I think she sort of went and just dropped off a cliff, and now she's getting there again. I think it's going to take a little longer for her.
And with Xander, I'm not sure if when he said "I love you," he meant as a friend or.
Yeah, I don't see that as growth in any way because, again, he just can't choose which damn girl he wants.
Yeah, and, like, it seems like Cordelia's more into him than he is into her, so I have no idea.
Cordelia just does that whole...
Buffy just gets stronger and stronger.
She does. Like I said earlier, I think she's only at, like, 70%. I think she will just continue growing and getting better at everything she does. Do you know what's good about that? It means the villains are going to get stronger.
Graham asks for our least favourite episode of... We've already done season 2, so least favourite episode of season 1 he also wanted to know. Oh goodness, obviously the bug substitute, the woman that turned into a praying mantis. My favourite episode of season 1, I think my favourite episode of season 1 was Witch.
I think mine was the puppet show. Or the puppet show or...
Outside Out of Mind.
Out of Mind, I was like... Those two are my favourites. My least favourite, I think Teacher's Pet.
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. Jeanette asks, thoughts on a big bad for season 3 and what will be the biggest change?
We haven't had zombies.
I think the biggest change would be Buffy's connection to all. I think maybe, like you said, there's a good prediction that she'll be like a anonymous. She'll be hiding for a while. Maybe.
A Ronin kind
She'll
of.
have to be. So maybe the big bad. No idea. I'm not good at guessing things like that.
They have come up with more monsters than I could.
Yeah.
Think of.
But a big bad. Big bad was like Angel and the Grandmaster.
It's got to be. It's Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so it's going to have to be another vampire type, right? Surely. I'm sure we're going to have some sort of glowing orb. We're going to have some sort of god. We're going to have some sort of, or at least someone who thinks they're a god. We've got to have some sort of tree, living trees, like Ents or something from Lord of the Rings. But Ents aren't very good. You set them on fire, they burn.
Big bad.
But it's going to have to be some sort of. But then again, obviously the judge. That was big and that was bad. Luckily, they managed to sneak into an army base that was just round the corner somehow and nick an RPG.
Unless the big bad is going to be the police and the head teacher, the people keeping Buffy from being able to come back. I think that is a good idea. I think this season's definitely the only threat I can think of right now that we haven't dealt
because
with.
Because they have been setting up. Yeah, head teacher's always a big bad.
Yeah.
He's always an enemy.
Patrick asks, a couple of people asked this question, who is Aaron's favourite character and why is it Spike? That made me laugh.
Spike, just because he's awesome, right? Like,
is it actually Spike?
I love Spike, yeah, but really my favourite is probably Giles. I think he's just my favourite and because I see him as such a dad to Buffy, I see him as her main parent, really, where anything, like, he gave up Miss Calendar for Buffy. Joyce wouldn't even give up the robot for Buffy. I feel bad for Buffy because Joyce annoys me a fair amount.
A question about Spike and we're talking about Joyce.
I do love... Spike is easily my favourite villain.
Someone's not worthy.
Spike is by far my favourite villain and I think always will be.
And I liked when he was like, it's alright here. Like talking about the Earth. It's alright.
Yeah. Like, he's just logical. He's like... He knows what's the point of destroying and killing all living things. What vampire's going to suck the blood of?
Also, a standout comedy moment would be all the the punching between Buffy and Spike.
When they're just punching each other in the face, then neither of them are getting hurt or anything.
When they're like, oh, well, you're annoying. Anyway, listen, what we need to do... Okay, what did you know about this show before starting it and why did you choose this one?
I knew it was about a girl called Buffy and that there'd be vampires and that is
Honestly, nothing. I didn't know any of the characters' names. Yeah, all I knew was Buffy. I didn't know about Angel. I know that there's a guy called... Like, I didn't even know about Giles. Yeah, and he's so iconic. It's just something everybody's heard of. And I've never even seen it on TV.
I was saying to you earlier, I watched Charmed over Buffy when it was on TV. Buffy is better, actually. I didn't know anything.
And why did you choose this show? To be honest, I don't remember why.
Didn't these guys tell you to?
Well, yeah, but I don't remember why this specific...
Oh, over anything else?
Yeah, because I had lots of suggestions.
Including Firefly.
But I think maybe someone said that lots of people like to watch this. So I was like, okay, I want to do something that lots of people actually like to watch me react to, because there's no point. Yeah. And I thought, oh, could be interesting. No idea that it was... some comedy / horror / I literally thought, I thought, this is going to be interesting, I wonder why people like to watch this.
There really isn't a genre for this other than maybe fantasy. Maybe fantasy is the only genre you can put this in because otherwise it fits in every genre. But yeah, it's mystery and it's horror and it's
just a masterpiece.
Overall it's in a fantasy world.
Last question, how does season 1 and season 2 compare on its emotional impact?
Season 2 way worse. Hits so much harder.
Season 2 much more emotional.
Really hits in the feels.
Cried twice. The only time I got teary-eyed in season 1 was when Angel revealed to be a vampire. When he turned around and was like, "Ah!" when they were gonna kiss, because I thought, oh, like poor Buffy, I thought she's gonna have to kill him, and she did, but not for a long while after.
Yeah, it would have been easier if she killed him then, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think I had an emotional moment in season 1 really. I wasn't invested.
No, it wasn't emotional. It wasn't an emotional season. Yeah, I wasn't invested.
I didn't love the characters.
Yeah.
Now I do.
Yeah.
So
it took a while.
The only character I did love was Willow in season 1 but I love How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
And clearly obviously in that.
We hope we answered your questions well. And someone did say that they hope we do more Q&As for the other future seasons because someone was like, I don't know what I'm going to ask for this, but I know in a few seasons what I would ask, so please do them for other seasons. So I was like, yep, definitely can. I like just going over a whole season so I can think about everything and digest it. I feel like it was worth it to, you know, feel like...
You know, that was our first full-length season, because the first one was only half length.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm super excited for season 3 because I had no idea what... You know, got no clue what...
There was no way for us to make a prediction what was going to happen in season 2, so I can't see how we can make an accurate prediction of what happened in season 3.
Yeah, and this seems even more further out of my
We've killed
ideas.
2 out of 8 of the main characters, so now what? And we've lost 2 of the other main characters, Spike and Drusilla, so who knows?
But I also think at the end of each season we should do a favourite ultimate character. Go, like, mine is Xander.
Spike.
Go. I thought it was Giles. Spike's not even in it anymore.
I think... I love Giles. He'll always be my top. But for the season... Spike.
Okay.
Spike.
Well, guys, thanks for sticking around and thank you for your questions. And we will see you very, very soon.
Tomorrow.
For us. We will see you for season 3 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. See you then. Bye.
Don't.
Forget it.
Mike.
And,
subscribe!